Well, hey, and welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Paul. I'm very excited to be connecting once again on these live streams. It's about a 2 or 3 week hiatus we took off as we finished the previous book, Tao Calligraphy, Tao Bei. That book has been very well received. Lots of people joining on Facebook and in YouTube and going back to the recordings and going through each one of the recordings. Very powerful book. Tao Bei, How to Heal Your Back. But now we have a brand new book. I'm very excited for this brand new book. It's a beautiful new book, and it's called Tao Calligraphy, How to Heal and Transform Depression and Anxiety. So this book is truly remarkable. I'm going to flash it up here on the screen in just a second. Just make sure that I have everything in position to do that. Let me pop this up so you see which one I'm talking about. So this is called Tao Bei, How to Heal and Transform Your Back. This is what it looks like, okay? And it's quite a beautiful book. And you can see the Tao source calligraphy on the cover here. And we're going to be tracing this calligraphy a little bit later today as part of this series. So this series is very special. It is the beginning of what will probably be about 20 parts. Based on the previous book, it was 23, 24 parts. So I'm guessing this will be about the same. And each time, every Tuesday and every Thursday, I'm going to be here with you, barring unforeseen circumstances, at this exact same time. So look at your clock where you're at, and this is when I'm going to be here. It's 4 o'clock Pacific time. And I'll be going through this Tao Bei, How to Heal and Transform Depression and Anxiety, reading the book with you and to you, and sharing with you some of my insights as a center leader for Master Sha's Tao Center here in Portland. Now, for those of you that are new, Dr. and Master Sha, the writer of this book, let me share the layout here. Just a moment. So Dr. and Master Sha, the writer of this book, that you see on my right-hand side here, has written, I think this is book 30 or 31 now, okay, 11 New York Times bestsellers. And he is a world-renowned doctor, a world-renowned healer. And he is actually trained as a Western medicine doctor, as he was trained in China many years ago. And he is also a doctor of traditional Chinese medicine. Now, Dr. Master Sha most recently is world-renowned as a healer, transferring the source frequency and vibration through things like this Tao calligraphy, which is why these last 2 books are specific to that. Now, he started putting Tao calligraphy in books well over 10 years ago, and he has many people who have received healing authorities. They actually write a Tao calligraphy, and then people can heal through that writing. Pretty profound. And through this book, what you will learn is more about who he is, more about what is Tao calligraphy, which is the most important thing to understand, and how can this help you to heal and transform depression and anxiety. Now, one of the things I learned after reading the previous book, is that Dr. and Master Sha, he does not limit the source calligraphies to stop working just for the healing of depression and anxiety. For example, the previous book, To Heal and Transform the Back, which is this one here, we use this to help people to heal and transform all kinds of issues, neck pain, shoulder pain, liver, kidney issues, doesn't matter. People traced and they got better. So truly remarkable, these source calligraphies. And the reason they work like that, is you'll learn as we read through this book, is because they carry the most pure source frequency and vibration. So to complete sharing a little bit about Master Sha, he is a grand master in 6 different traditions, including Tai Chi, Qi Gong, Feng Shui, I Ching, Kung Fu, and now Tao calligraphy. Grandmaster in all of these levels. And that makes him preeminent in the field of the transference of source energy, source frequency, and vibration. When he connects, he transmits and transmits through onto the paper, this piece of art, the most pure positive source frequency and vibration. And when we interact with it, which will be explained in detail, probably in the 4th or 5th chapter, when we interact with this source calligraphy, what in essence are we doing? We are pulling or receiving, if you will, the frequency and vibration that is being stored within that piece of art. So this source calligraphy, this piece of art, acts as a portal. It acts as a middleman through which the most pure positive frequency and vibration can come to us. What does it do when it comes to us? Well, it washes away the negative frequency and vibration that is the root cause of our suffering. Again, all of that will be explained. So if any of this is intriguing to you, you're new, never heard of it before, you are in for a treat. In the both Facebook and YouTube, where this is being streamed live, there is information below where you can locate this book at. You're welcome to purchase it for yourself. And you can also learn more about Master Sha's different centers, including Tao Center Portland, by following those links in the information below the videos. So let's go ahead and jump right on in now to this book. Again, for those of you that are not familiar with me, my name is Paul Fletcher. I'm one of the center leaders at Tao Center Portland. And so I teach this all the time, but it's a lot more fun to read the words directly from what the teacher has written, because when you read those words directly, they're unencumbered and they carry the frequency and vibration of that teacher. So let me reset the view of what you're going to see here to be the book itself. All right, I'm going to go into the table of contents now, and I want you to know what this book has in it, okay? So it will be, first of all, we're going to go into the foreword by his book. How do I put this? The person that wrote a book about him, he wrote, his name is Bill Gladstone, and he didn't know who Dr. Master Sha was. But he said, I want to know who you are before I publish you. And so he spent 3 solid weeks with him, following him wherever they went. He saw Master Sha do healing on the phone, in person. Bill Gladstone is a person who's not easily convinced. And you'll read that when I cover his foreword. You're going to learn about the universal law of Shen Qi Jing, a soul over matter information system. You're going to learn about the 5 steps of creation and the laws of Shen Qi Jing in its relationship to healing, transformation, and enlightenment. Next chapter, you're going to learn about Tao science, how Tao science explains this universal law. You're going to learn about the universal law first, which is the ancient wisdom approach to things. And then we're going to take the modern approach, scientific approach, and we're going to meld the two. So you have both an ancient understanding of how this healing works, and you're going to have the scientific perspective of how it works. Chapter 3, why do people have challenges in health, relationship, finances, in every aspect of life, which will go into details on both positive and negative information, frequency, and vibration, which Tao science explains. In number 4, you're going to learn about the field, how everything carries a field. There's positive field, negative field, and how to transform those fields. In chapter 5, you're going to learn what is the word Tao. You know, the word Tao is in front of the word Tao Calligraphy. So what is Tao? You're going to learn about it, normal creation, reverse creation. You're going to learn about the ultimate creator source. And what is duh? Duh, D-E, duh. You're going to learn about the power and significance of Tao and duh. Chapter 6, 7, and 8. 6 is Chinese calligraphy. 7 is what is Tao calligraphy. 8 is Tao calligraphy transformative art, embodies the 10 greatest qualities. And these 10 different qualities will be given some time as well, including the greatest love, the greatest forgiveness, greatest compassion, greatest light, greatest humility, greatest harmony, greatest gratitude, greatest service. I passed over greatest flourishing. And the final one of the 10 Taos is greatest enlightenment. Chapter 9, Tao calligraphy field transformation. You'll be working with the Tao calligraphy of Da-I field. Tao calligraphy for Da-I for transforming your health. And then there'll be practices for transforming your emotions, then for the mental health, then for the spiritual body. That's all in chapter 9. We will also do practices for healing relationship, then healing finances, and then for this channel that runs through the center of your body and down your back called the Zhong Mai Qi channel. Finally, in chapter 10, healing and transforming depression and anxiety with this Tao Shuan U field that we'll be using. I'll be using this in the beginning. Every practice we're going to trace with this calligraphy, okay? And you'll learn what tracing means. But when we get to chapter 10, you'll have a full understanding and a far greater appreciation of what to expect with working with this source calligraphy. Chapter 11, heart-touching stories, and chapter 12, scientific research on the healing field, okay? So that's what you can expect. Let's pop right in here to this story. I'm going to make it so you can see it as well. And here we go. The importance of practice, okay? When we do practice, it's important that you do practice along with us. Master Sha teaches that everything is 50-50. We do 50%, you do 50%. This Tao source calligraphy carries the most pure source frequency and vibration. And when you interact with it, meaning practicing with it, you will get results. How do we can say that with so much confidence? We have well over 100,000 people who have already experienced it with results. So you want to be one of those? It's not going to happen if you just read and listen. It's going to happen when you practice, okay? So 50-50. We do our part, you do your part. Great. So primary practice tool in this case is Tao Calligraphy. You want to use it as guided. It will assist you to heal and transform this negativity. Now, for those that are just stumbling across this for the first time, you're like, well, I might not ever see you again, and I maybe want to heal because I have some depression or I have some anxiety, and I might not want to listen to you or read this book. How can I do it? So great. Very simply, below my image, below me talking, is a link to order the book. Get the book. The book has on the front and back cover the Tao Calligraphy. The short version of this, if you want to heal yourself, is you connect from your heart. You say, dear, this Tao Calligraphy for healing depression, I love you. Always give it love. As I trace you, could you please heal me? That's it. And then you start tracing, pay attention, from the top right corner down, go to the top left corner down. And you simply follow the lines of the calligraphy. Now, we're going to do this later today, but if all I have is this first 15-20 minutes to capture your attention, then that's what I want you to do. If you want to know if a pear is sweet, if you want to know if this really works, then you need to do it for a minimum amount of time of 30 minutes for a minimum of 30 days. Measure your level of depression or anxiety before you start. Commit to 30 days of tracing. Measure your level for 30 days, 30 minutes a day. Measure your level after 30 days. It's highly, highly unlikely you will not feel better. Okay. Had to get that out of the way for those that just kind of come in and run. And let's go ahead and go back and dig in, shall we? All right. So there is a QR code which takes you to a special web page, which we'll be working with for this tracing this calligraphy. And once you own this book, which right now I'm on the Kindle book page because I purchased the book, then you can go to the animated field, which has the Tao source calligraphy, and Master Sha has placed within this animated field more healing power. So just by purchasing the book, you get access to the calligraphy in the form of a computerized animated field. If he can put healing power into a book, is it so difficult to put it into an animated video? The answer is no. He does it all the time. Been doing it for years with thousands and thousands and thousands of people saying it works. They're not going to sit there and say that accidentally. So when you purchase the book, you get access to the QR code and or the link. If you don't know how to use a QR code, you click on that link or you zap that QR code and instantly you can start healing yourself. That's how awesome this is. Okay, so let's go back over here. Go to the next page. There's that QR code. So forward, this is by Bill. Bill says, my wife Gail and I worked intimately with Dr. Master Sha for a decade. I have personally agented several of the most important books starting in 2013. So it's been 9 years with Soul Healing Miracles, which was an Amazon #1 bestseller to date. Master Sha has had 11 New York Times bestsellers, 4 of which reached #1. In 2014, Bill said, I wrote Miracle Soul Healer, Exploring a Mystery, a biography about who this person is called Master Sha, in which I investigated his healing practices and was able to confirm hundreds of medical miracles. Dr. Peter Hudoba, a former neuroscientist, had globally led 19 clinical studies in more than 600 subjects applying Dr. and Master Shah's methods and practices. All the research resulted in relevant studies showing significant improvements in well-being. Just a side note on that, for those that are not familiar with that, Dr. Peter started with 600 subjects. At the end of 3 years, because you have to do it for 3 years, all of the subjects were still alive. And out of those 3 years, 60 were chosen. I think 110 made it to the end mark where they stayed for 3 years. 60 were chosen, and those 60 were chosen because they were all unique and different. Okay, so no one was the same. If you did 110, some would be the same. So this one had rheumatoid arthritis, this one had cancer, and so forth. None were the same. All 110 out of that 600 had exceptional results. The 60 that he reported on all had beyond above measure results, which in medical terminology, below standard, standard, or neutral, or above standard. That's basically their range, okay? You can't say improved 100%, improved 90%, because medically they don't like that, right? You have to say, above average, average, below average. So, but imagine that. All of them, very, very powerful. So this is so well documented, the efficacy of this. I have graduate degrees, Bill says, in medical anthropology from Harvard University. So he's very well educated. One of my early scientific studies was published in the magazine Yale Scientific when I was a Yale undergraduate. I can confirm that the healings attributed to Master Shah and his trained healers far exceed any statistical correlation that could be attributed to the placebo effect. That's a very important statement. And he is a medical anthropologist, which means they don't believe anything until they can validate it out. So although the precise mechanism for Master Shah's amazing results may defy the current scientific explanations, new findings in quantum physics and other fields, which are creating the new paradigm of the post-materialist science, may now offer insights into the understanding of what until now has remained a scientific mystery and a bit of an anomaly. Master Shah maintains that the mystery of his healing abilities can be understood by an analysis of the Tao. This book explains in depth the nature of Tao. Tao is source. Every element of life is contained within the source. You will learn how this works in this wonderful book. I'm going to again pause. For those of you that are new, what is Tao? Is Tao, I heard of Tao like Taoism. Is this a religion? I'm done if it's a religion. If you're new watching this for the first time, you might say, well, I don't really like that word Tao. So clearly understand that Tao is not religion. Taoism is. Taoism is a religion. Tao is not. Tao is a word that is a plug-in word that represents the source, the creator, God. Plug in a word that represents your creator in your head. Tao is a plug-in word that means that, okay? So that's all it is, just so we're clear on that. All right, going back. When Master Shah first contacted me to be his literary agent, he did so because of my success with well-known spiritual authors and visionaries such as Eckhart Tolle, Neil Donald Walsh, Barbara Marx Hubbard, Barbara DeAngelis, Deepak Chopra, and many others. When we first spoke, Master Shah was most impressed by the success my company, Waterside Productions, Inc., had in creating the Dummies Books series. As his publisher for 10 years, my goal for Master Shah is to create a book series as popular and as simple as the Four Dummies series, or the Chicken Soup series, which he also wrote with Jack Canfield and Mark Victor Hansen. So both of these series have sold in excess of 500 million copies. Both I and my wife Gail believe Master Shah's Tao Calligraphy book can reach this level of popularity. Imagine that. A lot. So although his future titles of the Tao Calligraphy series requires a greater commitment from readers to fully understand the principles presented than either of these two phenomenal book series mentioned, they are on another level, even more accessible, and should be even more popular in his opinion. Gail and I believe that this for several reasons. First and foremost, first and most amazing, readers can benefit from these books without even reading them. This is really understanding. Each book will include one or more Tao calligraphy. unique work of art that carries a source quantum vibrational field designed to transform specific ailments or improve specific life situations. This second volume you are reading addresses issues of anxiety and depression. So if you have issues of anxiety or depression, just hold the Tao Calligraphy image on the front or back over your heart. Doesn't matter if it's the front of the book or the back of the book, put it on your heart and you could receive relief. And for some, even recovery. You may or may not believe this is possible, but try it. Not everyone will have an immediate positive reaction, but many will. Master Sha never promises any results of any kind with any of his healing techniques, and he always encourages everyone to consult healthcare professionals and continue with traditional medical regimens. This book is not a substitute for medical treatment. It is, however, a supplemental approach that can help hundreds of thousands with no negative side effects. 5 years ago, Gail's daughter was diagnosed with 4th stage breast cancer, and Master Sha gifted her a healing calligraphy. The medical team was astonished when she showed no signs of cancer just a few months later. Stage 4 to no cancer in just a few months because she was working with the source calligraphy. Her primary treatment modality was tracing the calligraphy and listening to Master Sha's song that he recorded for her. Both Gail and I was in disbelief, but extremely grateful. Her daughter remains cancer-free to this day. So as Master Sha quotes from the ancient Chinese wisdom, if you want to know if a pear is sweet, then taste it. Gail and I strongly encourage you to taste this book. If you do have a positive experience, either immediately or over time, as you continue to do the practices and study the wisdoms, we would be delighted to hear from you. And he lists the email in there, which can also be found on Dr. and Master Sha's main page of his website, which is drsha.com. Okay. So welcome, Lori. Welcome, Risto. Welcome, Jalina. And thank you all for coming. Please hit the share button, the like button. Make it even a comment. You know, Paul's here every Tuesday and Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure you join him. So it's been a great series. The previous Tao Base series. And this one should also be an excellent series. Okay, so let's see how much time we have. I've got about a little bit to read a little bit more, and then we're going to go straight into a practice. Wonderful. Let's pop back into the book here. All right. Introduction. The purpose of life is to serve. I have committed my life to this purpose. Now, this is Master Sha talking. To serve is to make others happier and healthier. To serve is to empower and enlighten others. Millions of people have health challenges. A human being has 4 bodies: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Human beings have countless health issues in all 4 of their bodies. Millions of people have relationship challenges with partners, children, parents, friends, colleagues, communities, cities, countries, belief systems, and more. Millions of people have financial or business challenges that can involve unemployment or debt, childcare, commuting, employee relationships, company structure and plans, financial controls, marketing, competitors, customers, suppliers, efficiency, effectiveness, and more. Throughout the world, millions of people have major challenges in every aspect of life with the environment, natural disasters, illness, COVID-19, the economy, political war, fear, pain, depression, anxiety, and more. Millions of people are studying and searching for transformation towards solutions to all kinds of current challenges and conditions. Why are Mother Earth and humanity suffering now? Is there any way to transform all these challenges? If so, what is the way and how can we use it to transform the challenges? This book will answer these questions and more. Most importantly, this book will offer practical techniques to transform the challenges. In ancient Chinese wisdom, there is a renowned sacred teaching, Da Dao Zhijin. This means the greatest Tao is extremely simple. Tao is the ultimate creator and source. Tao carries source, love, and light. Tao carries source, frequency, and vibration. Tao carries source, most positive information, energy, and matter, which could transform any and all negative information, energy, and matter in every aspect of life. Tao has infinite abilities. Tao carries the highest power of soul over matter, which is soulfulness. Soul over matter means the soul can make things happen. Soul can transform every aspect of life, including health, relationship, finances, and the spiritual journey. Another important ancient Chinese phrase is Shu Yi Zai Dao, which means calligraphy is used to carry Tao. Remember, what is Tao? Tao is source. So rephrase that in your head. Calligraphy is used to carry source. This book, Tao Calligraphy to Heal and Transform Depression and Anxiety, will apply Shu Yi Zai Dao through the Tao Calligraphy transformative art. This unique form of Chinese calligraphy carries a Tao source field, which is the Tao source information, energy, matter, frequency, and vibration to serve humanity and Mother Earth. I will introduce the universal law that is the law of creation, healing, transformation, and enlightenment for every aspect of life. This law of creation is soul over matter, information system governing everyone and everything. I will share the 10 greatest qualities carried within the Tao Calligraphy transformative art to transform and enlighten all life. I wish this book will serve you to transform challenges in your life. I wish this book will serve you to transform challenges in your family. I wish this book will serve humanity to transform challenges in society. I wish this book will serve countless souls to transform challenges for cities, countries, and Mother Earth. And Master Sha repeats a mantra. I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join hearts and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. So we'll stop there. And now we're going to, let's do some healing, okay? Welcome, Anthea, as well. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you for clicking the share button. So Master Sha has created calligraphy within the book and on the covers of the book. And how does it work? What we do is we connect. What does that mean? That means we connect to the original source, frequency, and vibration that resides in the original calligraphy. When we connect to that through the image that I'm going to show you on the front of his book and the back of the book, either way, we connect like this. And dear the soul, the original form of this unique Tao calligraphy for healing depression and anxiety, I love you. We always send love. It's a foundational wisdom that Dr. Master Sha has been teaching for over 30 years. Send love, send gratitude. Logically, it's going to come back to us at a much higher power. So I love you. As I trace you, could you please bless me to release any negative mindsets, attitudes, beliefs, any negative blockages that I'm holding on to that could contribute to depression or anxiety, right? You don't have to use my words. It's very simple. You just put the book on your body and it will bring healing to you. It will help if you connect to it at the heart level and use similar words like, I'm so grateful, I love you, could you please help me to heal any blockages associated with depression and anxiety. Thank you. It's called Say Hello. It's one of the foundational practices. So we're going to do that. Now, there's the 6 power technique. There's the body power, which is holding your fingers like this. Do that now. All 5 fingers touching. This connects the meridians of the body, helps bring healing to the body. And when we trace, meaning follow the lines of what's in the calligraphy, when we trace the frequency and vibration that's being held in it, it's like think of the calligraphy like a portal that is holding light. And as soon as we connect at the heart level and place it on our heart, or connect at the heart level and start tracing it, then that frequency comes to us and starts washing our negativity, starts clearing the negativity, and we just feel better and better. Again, if you're new to this, it sounds strange, I get it, but you just heard the man who's a Yale graduate who doesn't believe anything until it's proven to him, say this is the real deal. You just heard him say, my daughter had stage 4 breast cancer. That means you're going to die soon, cancer. And she received the Tao calligraphy and she traced it like we're teaching you. And her results were that it was reversed. Okay. So if you want to know if a pear is sweet, taste it. If you want to know if this is real, then stick around and experience it. So we're going to touch our 5 fingers together. We're going to chant the mantra associated with the calligraphy. Tao calligraphy heals my depression and anxiety. Okay. So we'll chant that. We can do it out loud or silently. This is called sound power. Increases the frequency and vibration. We're going to see with our third eye or visualize light coming into our heart chakra, because that's where it's going to come to. And the calligraphy is the 5th power. Breathing power, we're simply going to relax and breathe naturally. Okay? All right. So I'm going to put up this source calligraphy for us to work with. Give me a moment. Okay, so this is the back cover of this calligraphy. Notice again, right side top is where we begin. We go down, straight down, then we go to left side top and straight down. This is because Mandarin Chinese characters are written in this order. Right side down, and it goes to the next column, right? Now, in terms of following the lines of this calligraphy, I'm not able to offer anything other than the mouse. So hopefully this will be visual enough for you. Let me make it a little bit bigger here if possible. I don't know if that will help you, but it helps me. Okay, so we're going to follow the lines first to see where you're going. Watch my mouse. This is called Tao. This next character, I don't know what it is. I'm just going to trace it. We're going to go through it and then back up. Down to the bottom and then across to the right, okay? And then we're going to go back around the bottom here and all the way up to the top, drawing a line down through it. Coming down, and it's like a little pigtail here. We're just going to go back up and then finish that little pigtail. Come straight down, light line back up, heavy dash down, and then across. Coming up, back down, and then going back up and finishing the loop. Kind of come across to the top left side. This one should feel pretty straightforward. And from here, we go up to the top. Think of this like the letter B. We're going to go whoop, whoop, and then back up and down stroke, okay? This one does not connect here where you see it connecting. This will go over to this side. We're going to draw like the letter T. Zunk, back to the middle. And now we go up. Across, across, back to the middle. We come down and we stop here and to the left. And then we do again like the letter B. Dunk, dunk. And this is where we finish this bottom. Coming back across, doing like this long letter M here, finishing. And then this one could be a little tricky. We're going to come down, across like this. And from here, we're going to go back up and do this T line. Down, only go down halfway, right to here. And now we're going to do this letter B again. There it is. Now we finish. This is like the top of a heart here, okay? Hopefully you were able to see the majority of that in your computer. And now we're going to put our fingers together and we're going to trace this together, okay? So let us begin and repeat after me. Dear the soul of this calligraphy, the original calligraphy for healing and transforming my depression and anxiety or any negative information that could lead to that in my field. I love you, honor you, appreciate you. As I trace you, could you please bless me with your positive healing frequencies and release the negative frequencies that I may be holding that could contribute to this unpleasant condition. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good. Start top side, and let's start tracing the Tao calligraphy with our fingers. And we will chant, Tao calligraphy heals and transforms depression and anxiety within my vibrational field. Tao calligraphy heals and transforms the condition of depression or anxiety within my vibrational field. Tao Calligraphy heals and transforms the negative information of depression or anxiety within my vibrational field. Tao Calligraphy heals and transforms any negative information about depression and anxiety within my vibrational field. Tao Calligraphy heals and transforms any negative information of depression and anxiety within my vibrational field. Tao Calligraphy heals and transforms any negative information that I may be holding about depression and anxiety within my vibrational field. Tao Calligraphy heals and transforms any negative information about depression and anxiety that I may be holding in my vibrational field. Tao Calligraphy heals and transforms any negative information of depression or anxiety that I may be holding in my vibrational field. Tao Calligraphy heals and transforms any negative information about depression and anxiety that I may be holding in my vibrational field. Tao Calligraphy heals and transforms any negative information about depression and anxiety that I may be holding in my vibrational field. So continue to trace silently. And I want you to see the light from this source calligraphy, from the original source calligraphy that's connected to this one. I want you to see that light coming to you, coming to your heart center. And as it enters your heart center, it is literally lifting like somebody put a blow dryer on a cloud, lifting the cloud away, causing it to release the negative information that might be residing in that negative cloud. This source calligraphy carries the most pure, positive frequency and vibration. It carries a message of joy, a message of happiness. It carries messages that are opposite of depression and anxiety. It carries messages of calmness and peace, releasing any anxiety-based lack of calmness or peace. So the messages within this calligraphy not only heal and release the negative messages that we may be holding on our field, that also adds to our field the messages of joy, the messages of happiness, the messages of peace and calm. So very, very powerful source field calligraphy. And the messages within, as long as we continue to interact, placing it on our heart, or tracing like what we're doing, or going to the animated field that I pointed out to you in the beginning of this training. When we interact with the source calligraphy through any of those modalities, we are in essence adding to our personal vibration the most pure positive frequency and vibration that we can access from this dimension that we live in. This most pure positive frequency and vibration comes from a much, much higher layer than you and I can access. How is that possible? Because Dr. and Master Sha has been training since a very young boy to access those higher frequencies and vibrations. He has dedicated his life to help humanity, to serve humanity, to empower humanity, to release that what is keeping them in a state of suffering. And because he is unconditional in his service, the source creator has empowered him with different healing abilities. He has done many other forms of healing before the source guided him to transmit the healing he already had into this source art. In a way, the source guided him to make it available to all humanity through a beautiful piece of art. And all we need to do is let go of any lack of comprehension, trust, and interact with the source field, and it will wash away portions of the negativity that could lead to depression and anxiety. And as it does, there is less negativity on our field. And as there is less negativity on our field, we can start to feel more joy. We can start to feel more happiness. We can start to respond and react with greater peace and calmness. This is the natural side effect that has been documented and written in testimonials by thousands of people over tens of decades. And you too can have this experience for yourself, not with one practice session for 10 minutes like we're doing here, but with consistent practice over consistent days. I recommended 30 minutes, 30 days. When you give yourself a dedicated time like that, it is highly unlikely you will not have a measurable shift in your field. It is highly unlikely you will not have a measurable adjustment to your frequency and vibration. This Tao Source Calligraphy will help to bring healing to you in a most profound way that truly nothing else on the planet can do at this time. And really, it's so simple. How hard is it to pick up the book and put it on your heart center? How hard is it to say, thank you, I would really appreciate a healing to release the negativity that is not so pleasant at this time? It's very simple. So your part is simply to acquire this book and put it on your heart center. Read the book when you can. Come back to these sessions and receive even more healing. Access that animated field. When you go to that animated field, there's a little square in the bottom that has these two arrows that chase each other. That means loop. You can put the video on loop, close your eyes, put the book on your heart, and you will receive extraordinary healing. Extraordinary healing, and you're sitting there. How amazing is that? This teacher has literally blocked the golden mountain of healing to our feet. But will you apply it in your life? That is up to you. So come to the end of this source calligraphy on the bottom left side, and we will offer from our hearts the deepest gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful. So this will conclude today's live event. This is the first one. We're doing it every Tuesday, every Thursday, same time. Look at your clock. When did you come in? We started at the top of the hour, which for here in Portland is 4 p.m. Pacific time. So if you came in late, then adjust your clock back some and show up Thursday. Every Tuesday, every Thursday, I will be here live. And do like, share, and comment. This is literally recorded live on Facebook and YouTube. So because it's on YouTube, it'll be in a playlist. You'll be able to come back to it. And if by chance you just can't make it that day, you're not going to miss anything. You just need that one playlist link. You can bookmark it on your computer and just access it every time you'll get this. And don't be greedy. Don't keep this to yourself. How many people do you know have anxiety or depression? All of us know probably 2 or 3 people who have this going on. And if they don't, it's because they haven't told you about it. Think about that friend of yours that's going through major relationship issues, that's going through anxiety about the job, right? There are a lot of people that won't say I have depression and anxiety, but they're experiencing it, and you know that their life has these various blockages or difficulties going on. Why wouldn't you make this available to them? Even if all they get out of this is this first series is get the book and put it on my heart, you just potentially save their life, okay? So don't be greedy and keep this to yourself. Reach out to other people. Come to our YouTube page at Tao Center Portland. Let me see if I can find it. I'll drop it in the chat here for those that are watching on Facebook. Let me go here, see if it's here. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. So here's our channel to come and join our YouTube account. Then you'll get all of our live YouTube stuff that we do out of our center, as well as just go there and look under playlists. When you see playlist, you'll see this. This won't be live for another 10, 15 minutes. So you won't be able to click on that playlist till then, but you'll have it shortly. And share this. Share the YouTube link with a friend. Share the Facebook link with a friend, okay? And bring somebody extra coming Thursday. I would love this to be not 8, 9 people like now. I want this to be 20, 30 people, okay? I can't do that without you. So let us help our teacher. Let us help my teacher, Master Shah. Might not be your teacher. Let us help humanity. According to Master Shah, most recent statistics, just in America, 40% of Americans have depression right now. And of that 40%, about 20 some odd percent are taking drugs. There are better solutions. Let's let them know about that, okay? Love you, love you, love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All the beings of love and light that came, please respectfully return. And I will see you in just a few days. Bye-bye, everybody.